CCX Sports presents coverage of high school girls basketball. Tonight it's a Northwest Suburban Conference matchup as the 9th-ranked Park Center Pirates come to Plymouth to take on the Armstrong Falcons. Hello and welcome to Armstrong High School. John Jacobs along with former Armstrong boys basketball coach Greg Miller. And Greg, this is a great matchup for Armstrong coming off their first loss of the season, but they'll really get tested by a good Park Center team tonight, I think.
Yeah, it's good to see the Falcons off to a good start this year. They had kind of a rough couple seasons, and Coach Easley does a really good job. And this year, he said he got really good chemistry on this team. They have a lot of different pieces. They got an inside game. They got quickness. They got some shooting. So this is going to be a good test for them against Park Center.
Park Center, a team that can put a lot of points on the board, averaging nearly 80 points per game, Greg, and they've got some young players, but players who got experience last year with the senior class, a good senior class that graduated, but they can definitely play some basketball.
Yeah, I saw their game against Minnetonka, and they have quickness, and they're really skilled. They play together as a team. And it's going to be a tough match for Armstrong to go against them. But it's going to be interesting to see. They both have good records. It seems like the Park Center maybe played a little bit tougher schedule, so we'll see how that plays out. But Armstrong just played a tough Maple Grove team, so maybe that got them ready for this game.
Let's look at our key players tonight, starting with the Pirates. Lauren Frost, who's a veteran already, still not a senior. Junior guard having a good year.
Yeah, I really like her game. She can shoot the ball, but she's a lot more than just a shooter. She's got a lot of flair to her game. She makes some no-look passes. She's very quick, very confident player, and she seems like she got a big motor, and she's always go, go, go.
And for Armstrong, a senior who's been playing varsity basketball since middle school, Greg Masenga Mutanda.
Yeah, Mango, as we call her at Armstrong. She's been a mainstay here at Armstrong for a long time. She's had a lot of injuries in her career, so it's good to see her healthy. She's definitely got ability to play at the next level and be a really good player. But I'm sure she's just going to enjoy this senior year with her body intact. And she's very quick. She can shoot. She can handle the ball. And she's a leader after playing for so many years on varsity.
I think for Armstrong, one of the keys for them is, two of their two top players, two top scorers, Carla Kerschel and Mango, have both been healthy this year, and they both were injured for stretches of last year, sometimes at the same time, sometimes at different times. And now that they've got both of them able to play all the games, they're off to this 8-1 start.
Yeah, it's a good 1-2 punch, but they also got some other depth that we'll see as this game goes along. And the fact that they are both healthy, when they're not healthy in basketball, if you have two of your best players hurt, that really makes a difference. So, I think that is one of the keys to their strong start this year.
It'll be a good one here tonight. Park Center Armstrong High School girls basketball, and comes your way next, right here on CCX.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
We're back live at Armstrong High School. John Jacobson along with Greg Miller. Park Center Armstrong girls basketball. On the sideline tonight for CCX is Allie Arlt.
Hey guys, it's not often that the 9th ranked team in the state doesn't have a single senior on their team, but don't make the mistake of calling Park Center young. Coach Metcalf says, just call us younger. They've got a great group of juniors on their squad that come in with a lot of experience from last year, and their confidence level is pretty high right now, especially given the fact that they haven't lost a single game in over a month. Coach says the best thing they've got going for their team right now is that their chemistry is really finally starting to melt together. They're finally utilizing all of the weapons that they have in their bag. But all that to say, Coach knows that they face a talented Armstrong team tonight. She said, we know we're going to have our hands full.
All right, thanks very much, Allie. And yeah, it was a 1-2 start for Park Center to start the season. Greg, they lost to Eden Prairie to start the year, and then their third game lost to a good St. Michael Albertville school by 1. But since then, 8 straight wins.
Yeah, and they loaded up their schedule. I was impressed when I was looking at who they played. So I think Coach knows that the goal is to get to the state tournament and do something there. As Park Center has, had a real good run going here. I think they won state 3 years ago. Is that correct? And she's coming in, like I heard her say that she does not need to establish a culture. She needs to keep the culture going and add to it a little bit, because every coach wants to do that. So, the tough schedule they played is going to help them get to where they want to go.
Let's look at the starting lineups for these teams, starting with the Pirates. 9-2 on the season, 2-0 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. A couple of sophomores in the front court, Tanae Griffin and Adalia McKenzie. 6 foot and 5'10", good size. Tough matchup for the teams on those two.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Adalia is ranked the #1 player in the class of the state of Minnesota for sophomores, and Lauren Frost is being recruited by Division I's as well.
Elia Regulin and Lauren Frost and Kayla Cox in the backcourt for Park Center. And for Armstrong Falcons, Kyla Kerschel, a senior, and Savannah McGowan, a 6'2" 8th grader. Post players, Keon James, Jordan Bloom, and Mango Matunda in the backcourt for the Falcons.
Yeah.
And a look at Barb Metcalf's second year as head coach at Park Center. Came from North Dakota, had a successful coaching career up there. Got them to the Section Finals last year, lost to Roseville in the Section 5 4A title game. And Antoine Easley, 14th year as head coach, and the best start for them in years. 8-1 on the season, 2-1 in the Northwest Suburban Conference.
I'm excited for this matchup. This is two teams with a lot of quickness and skill. Should be fun.
Kerschel to jump center here against Griffin to get us started. And the opening tap controlled by Park Center.
Armstrong starting out in a man-to-man defense. Coach Easley said that's what they're going to start with. Thinks they can match up with them.
McKenzie, jumper up and in. Averaging nearly 27 points per game, and she will put up a lot of shots, Greg. Averaging 24 field goal attempts per game and 8 free throw attempts per game.
Yeah, that is a lot of shots. But I know they have a lot of other good players in their team, too.
Kerschel stepped on the baseline, turnover Armstrong.
In their win over Minnetonka, she didn't shoot that much, and I think as the season wears on, that's probably going to bode well for their team if they get more even distributions of the shots. Although it's good to have a go-to player when you need one.
Frost guarded by Matunda out high. Griffin finds McKenzie, backs it out on the baseline, and out beyond the perimeter, and then into the hands of Frost.
Matunda with a great steal.
Matunda is fouled by Frost, so will go to the line for 2.
Frost thought she got fouled there, but Matunda's got real quick hands. We'll see. I think that's a good steal. She just exposed the ball and was careless. Matunda's got a lot of experience. Played on a really good AAU team. He's played at a high level for a long time.
76% free throw shooter in the season. And
you jinxed
say
it.
That, I did. This is the first free throw. Saw the graphic in the pregame. Second leading scorer in school history behind Heather Hainan, the great All-State player. Went on to have a terrific career out in Colorado, and He's 24 points, now 23 to break the all-time scoring
And she's missed
record.
a lot of games due to injury, so every time she plays, she's productive.
Frost will drive on Kershaw, comes up short on the shot. Rebounded by McGowan and kind of off to that outlet pass and missed Matunda. It's a turnover. Frost for 3. That won't go. And the rebound secured by James.
Good defense by Kershaw. She walled up on the inside shot, and then she closed out on a three-point shooter. Armstrong's got to settle down when they get a rebound.
Kershaw fighting and keeping control of the ball. Kershaw, nice pass from McGowan, but too strong on the shot. Rebounded by Ragulan into the hands of McKenzie. Pull up from 15. Not good. Rebounded by McGowan. Quick outlet to Matunda trying to go 1-on-3 there. In some trouble, but got it out to James, and then Bloom for 3. Not good. Rebounded by Frost.
Bloom's a good three-point shooter. That was a nice play there. They moved the ball and didn't turn it over.
Ball deflected out of bounds by Armstrong. Will stay with Park Center.
Armstrong's not shying away from running. When they get the rebound twice now, they've tried to outlet and go. I don't know if that's the best strategy after watching Park Center, because they have so much speed that when you put the ball down, they can come from behind and steal it, but we'll see.
Ragulan will set it out up top. As Ali mentioned, no seniors at all on this Park Center team. McKenzie way short on that 3 and out of bounds. Doesn't shoot a lot of threes and hasn't shot them particularly well this season. Comes up short on that one.
Yeah, and I like the matchup of Carly Kershaw-Gardner. That length is somewhat intimidating when you're trying to shoot a 3 and you got a long arm up in your face. Every pass is contested against Park Center.
Tenda into Kershaw. This time converts.
Excellent ball movement. Nice slashing move to the hoop and good find inside.
James gets a hand in there, almost had the steal, knocks it away for the Falcons.
When you're playing a team like Park Center, if you can get the ball reversed like this, you're going to get a good look. The problem is trying to get it reversed without turning the ball over.
Whistle and a foul, and McKenzie's going to go to the line. Fouls on Kershaw, her first. As you look at it again, McKenzie, aggressive drive to the basket. A lot of ball, but definitely some arm there as you look at the replay.
McKenzie's got the quickness on Kershaw. Kershaw needs to probably back off a little bit more and use her length if she decides to shoot, and if she makes a 3 here and there, so be it. But she can't afford to get in foul trouble guarding the best player on the other team either, so we'll see how long this matchup lasts.
Free throw up and in.
But really, Park Center doesn't have any big size, so for Carly, she's got to probably guard McKenzie the whole time unless they decide to go zone.
McKenzie, a 70% free throw shooter, hits both here for the Pirates. They're back in front by 1. Press put on by the Pirates. Falcons break that. Kershaw from the Tunda again and off the glass, and the seniors got 4 points.
Beautiful job of breaking the diamond press. Easily said they were going to try to attack it and score on it, and that's what they did. Great finish by Kershaw there.
Ragulan with James in her face, didn't want to attempt the 3 there. And it's instead in the hands of McKenzie.
It's early in this half now. Kershaw got to be careful not to get her second foul.
Ragulan traveled and stepped back and set herself for a 3, but whistled for the turnover.
Well, you can tell Armstrong's not intimidated by the quickness of Park Center. I talked to Coach Easley, and they beat him last year and went to overtime with him the other time. So that, those girls know that they can play with these girls, because a lot of these girls are back for Armstrong.
Kershaw to Matunda, cross to Bloom.
They got Kershaw posted up. Oh, but they're shooting
Gowan
the
from
3.
the corner, short, and rebounded by McKenzie. She'll push it up for the Pirates. Nice give off to Frost up and in.
Yeah, that ball's got to go inside to Kershaw right there. You launch a 3, and sometimes it's the start of the other team's fast break, and that's what happened there.
Pirates by 1 again.
A lot of overplay here, which will allow some driving lanes for the guards of Armstrong.
And McGowan calls for travel. He switched her feet there. And whistled. You look at the last basket.
Yeah, it's a nice fast break. Great finish by Frost. And she's a talented player. She can finish, she can shoot, she can handle the ball. She's playing point guard right now. Park Center running a lot of set plays. Good hustle rebound by Kershaw.
Scrambling for the ball, and McGowan ends up with it now. Matunda, a little hesitation, then lost the ball and turns it over.
Yeah, when you hesitate, they come from behind and very quick hands are going to steal the ball from you.
Played 4.5 minutes. No substitutes yet on either side.
Yeah, hardly any fouls either.
Three-pointer from the corner by Frost. Missed. Rebounded by Kershaw. James whipping it ahead too far for Matunda and out of bounds. Now we get our first substitution. Maya Reed, 5'6" senior, number 5 coming in for Armstrong.
Armstrong's coming out aggressive. They're trying to fast break. They've had a couple turnovers doing it, but the strategy is that they're not going to back down. They're going to take the fight to Park Center, which I think is a good strategy coming in. They just got to connect on those.
McKenzie, 3, short, rebounded, quick outlet. Bloom ahead, Matunda for the layup.
Excellent outlet pass by Bloom, and Matunda's a finisher.
Great pass ahead to McKenzie, who finishes. Credit Lauren Frost with the assist there.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. Armstrong gets a layup and gives up a layup on the other end.
Good tie-up defensively for Park Center by Kayla Cox. Forces the jump ball. Possession arrow will keep the ball with Armstrong.
Park Center did a good job in that last possession. Even though they gave up a layup, they got it out quick and just pushed it up the floor to their best player who finished.
McGowan in. Matunda will get a rest for the Falcons. Pass a little bit past Kershaw, missed her, and it's a turnover for Armstrong.
That was a good out-of-bounds play. Kershaw had her on her back. Just the pass needed to be better. If they got it in there, probably would have got fouled or scored. Yeah, Park Center's run a set play every time down, which is interesting. Coach said she liked to run the read and react offense and move the ball, so maybe we'll see that later where they just pass and cut a lot. But
today Griffin missed on a 3, and then Armstrong gives it back on the traveling call on the Falcons.
a lot of turnovers so far. I mean, when you try to dribble the ball up the court against Park Center, it's risky because they're coming.
So we stay at 8-7 Pirates. 12:25 to play here in the first half. John Jacobson with Greg Miller and Allie Arlt tonight. Driving Griffin, forces the contact and draws the foul.
Yeah, Tiana had a chance to take a charge there, but she just kind of turned her body a little bit and didn't get set.
There to get McGowan for the foul. That's her first, team second. And we'll send Griffin to the line for 2. Griffin, the second leading scorer behind McKenzie on the team.
And she's a 6-foot-tall sophomore. Got some good length.
Ella Brugnoli, number 30, in for Armstrong now, replacing Jordan Bloom.
Yeah, Armstrong's got more depth this year than they've had in the past couple of years, and part of it's due to having everybody healthy. So that's nice to see for Armstrong. And we know Park Center's got a lot of depth as well.
Second one not good. Griffin following it though and ends up with the ball. So the Pirates keep possession. McKenzie step back on a 3, not good. Ball tapped and controlled by Matunda. And she stepped on the sideline.
And hopefully both teams settle down here a little bit.
Chloe Sink, 5'9", sophomore, number 11, in for Park Center.
She's a good 3-point shooter.
She replaces Frost. 6 minutes into the game. Pirates with the basketball, leading by 2.
Good D by James right there. She's quick.
McKenzie, mid-range shot from 16, not good. Rebounded by McGowan.
I think Armstrong will give McKenzie that shot. I know it's one she could definitely make, but you know, you're going to have a person not pass and do a crossover 15-footer. I think that's what the defense wants.
Getting a lot of Division I looks Right?
Yeah.
McKenzie
I mean,
is.
I guess Division I players, they can make that play.
Well, she's got a couple years to work
That's
on
true.
that in high school, yeah. Ball out of bounds. It's over to Park Center. Another turnover for Armstrong. So the Falcons only down by 2, Greg, but certainly need to cut down on the turnovers going forward here.
Yeah, Park Center has been missing a lot of shots, and for the most part, Armstrong's been cleaning up the boards. That's why the game is close with all those turnovers. Well, that's a
Griffin
good drive.
will attack. Oh, missed the shot, though, and rebounded by McGowan. Quickly out to Kershaw, looking up court. Kershaw pull up and knocked away. And out of bounds off of the Pirates.
Park Center gets a lot of deflections. They probably had about 6 or 7 already. Armstrong probably hasn't faced a team that has as quick hands as these girls do.
Reed to inbound for Armstrong. A little moisture on the basketball there. The referee trying to dry that up as best she can. Now we're set to go again.
Armstrong's patented stack set play. Oh,
Falcons turn it over. Kershaw mishandled a little bit and then out of bounds at the baseline.
another deflection. Park Center, they're good on defense that way.
Reigel, a little drive in. Too strong on the shot off McKenzie out of bounds.
Well, they're getting in the paint, but Armstrong's got some length in there, and they know it. And so I think their concentration needs to be a little bit better in trying to finish. But at the same time, Armstrong is doing a good job of walling up and getting their hands up.
Lauren Frost back in for Park Center, and Ephemian Bailey, a 6-foot sophomore post player, number 54, in for the Pirates. Ragnoli drive, had it stripped away by Frost. 2-on-1 with McKenzie, back to Frost, back to McKenzie.
Beautiful fast break. And that's what I was talking about with the little flair to the game of Frost. She could have taken that herself, but made that quick little pass, and you could tell she got as much joy out of making that pass as she would have finishing it herself.
Herschel will spin in the lane. Oh, it's up and under and gets fouled.
Yeah, great deflection right there by Frost, and good teamwork by both of them. Yeah, McKenzie dished it and got it right back. So that's the way you coach the fast break in practice, and they executed well.
Fouls on today. Griffin, her first.
And for Armstrong here, they got to start taking care of the ball better. I mean, it's driving Coach Easley crazy probably, but part of it is they're trying to push pace, and I think they kind of got to maybe slow it down a little bit and come to the pass, meet the pass.
Pass ahead to Sink, long, too long, and rebounded by Cox. She'll put it back out into the hands of Frost. Hesitation dribble, great dish for Griffin.
Yeah, that was a mismatch right there. Bailey trying to guard Frost. That's not going to happen, and she drove right by her and dished. I really like the vision of Frost. Brignoli with a nice drive.
Uncontested, able to bank into the sophomore with her first points.
Well, that's one thing, too. When the other team is pressuring you hard, there's driving lanes to be had. And that was nice that she did that.
McKenzie on the deck, puts it off the glass, missed the shot. Frost gets it back for the Pirates. Back to McKenzie, short jumper up and in.
Yeah, Kershaw had to help and wasn't on her when she was on her in the initial drive. That made her adjust and miss the first shot, but there she had a nice little 6-footer and put it in. Good ball movement here, good ball reversal.
Drive on the baseline, and Rotundo will go to the line and shoot two.
Nice baseline drive by Matunda. The help was there, just moving a little bit. She tried to get outside that new semicircle that you need to be outside of, and so she was moving forward when she ran into Mango.
Fouls on. I thought they announced it on Cox. On the board it says Griffin, though.
Yeah, it looked like Griffin on the replay. She's the one who came and helped. That's her second, so she's got to come out.
I think you're right, Greg. I think it was Griffin. I did think I misheard it. So look, here's Cox is defending there, and then they're going to get Griffin 24 for the foul. So
Could have been on either one of them, probably.
Second one up off. Rebounded though nicely by Bailey.
Good rebound and good kick out. She didn't lose it.
That shot up not good. Frost rebounds.
Nice driving line there for Mango. Just missed a shot.
Frost up, missed the shot. McKenzie fights for it in some traffic. Back out to Sink, and now the Frost in the corner.
Good battle there for the rebound.
McKenzie for three and hits.
If she makes her three-pointer, that's going to make her almost impossible to guard because she's got the quickness to go by her. But I live with that shot versus the open drives. Coach Easley wanted a foul there on that reverse pivot.
Kershaw missed. We get a foul on Park Center. Look at it again.
Yeah, that a great fight for a rebound there. McKenzie, she ends up scoring it. Goes back out to the three. Park Center doesn't rush it. They get it out to McKenzie. Beautiful form on that shot. It's nice.
Fouls on Sink, her first. There's inbound. Oh, and Frost blocks the shot by Mutunda off the inbound pass. Ahead it goes. Shot up and a blocking foul called. Rubin put the shot up, and they're going to get a block in. Rubin will go to the line. Shoot two. Fouls on Gianna James, her first. First look tonight at Anaya Rubin. Look at this lead, Greg. All of a sudden it's ballooned up to 9 points for the Pirates.
Yeah, that happened quick. Park Center can score in bunches. They don't seem to make a lot of threes, but you know they just made one, and they make some threes. They can really score quickly. Nice drive by Kershaw.
Too strong. Rebounded by Sink.
Yeah, I think Frost got her hand on that one. Park Center team gets their hands on a lot of ball.
McKenzie a three. That one's short. We're going to foul on Ragulan trying to go for the rebound. That was grabbed first by Bloom. Her first, team's fifth. McGowan in for Bailey for Armstrong.
McGowan, an 8th grader, so an 8th grader just went in for a 10th grader. So Armstrong has got some good senior power, but they also have some good young players mixed in.
And a steal here by McKenzie. Gives it off for Frost. Kershaw got her hand back in there defensively to break that up. Good play by the senior for the Falcons.
Good hustle. Yeah, you can't just expose the ball. You got to assume that someone's going to be slapping at the ball, and if you chin that ball underneath your chin, they're not going to be able to get it. If they do, they're going to have to go through you and follow you. You never relax with the ball against these girls. That time she knew. Nice little handoff play. Should be an and one.
And the basket by Mutunda. Her second field goal. She's got 6 points in the game.
I thought that was a blocking foul there, but I can see the no call too.
Griffin gets the offensive rebound, and look at her maneuver in the paint and score.
Pretty sure she hooked with her left arm on that one too.
That helped her maneuver, I guess.
It was a good rebound though.
Kershaw short on the shot. Ball comes free. Here's Griffin. Now Frost. Mutunda behind her, knocked the ball away.
Well, their own medicine right there. Oh, then they turned it over again.
The Falcons can't control it, and it's out of bounds.
Armstrong, when they get the ball, they're just in a big hurry to just keep, get going, but they just got to have a little bit more control. Nice little screen into a handoff, nice set play. I thought she was moving there. It could have been an and one. And here, watch the arm. Yep, there's a little arm hook. Surprised they missed that one. That's usually an automatic, but hey, it was a nice play. She finished.
It's not a foul unless they call it.
That's right. Tonight, someone taught Tanai that move. A lot of big kids like to do that move.
So as your coach Easley, what's your message right here?
Too many turnovers and settle down. I mean, they just got to jump stop, pivot, meet the pass. Quit trying to dribble through traffic and be in such a hurry. The fast pace is what Park Center wants. I mean, I'm not saying that Armstrong can't run, and against most teams they probably can run really well. here you got to be selective. If you got a nice 2-on-1 break, take it. But if not, just live the fight in the half-court offense because you got Kerschel inside as an advantage. You know, I don't think they can consistently stop her if they can get the ball inside to her, and that will force double teams. Other kids will get open too. So get into the half-court offense, get it inside, take care of the basketball.
Park Center with another game later this week. They'll be at home Thursday against Cochino Grace. For the Falcons, Greg, this is the first of 4 games this week. They're at Eden Prairie tomorrow, at Osseo Friday, and another TV game here on CCX. And Saturday, part of a showcase event at Patrick Henry High School, they'll take on Orono Saturday morning.
It's like an NBA schedule.
Right.
It's tough to schedule these games sometimes, and they didn't play a winter tournament, and that makes it really difficult to schedule. So you're just kind of at the mercy of when the other teams can play a lot of times.
McKenzie has it knocked away, scrambles for the loose ball, trying to get it into Griffin's hand, and it's off Griffin, out of bounds. Turned over at Park Center.
Good hustle by Armstrong. I like the fact that Kerschel's getting, down and, doing the dirty work down there. A lot of times the real good players on teams don't want to do that, so I'm impressed that she's not afraid to do that. Double drag ball screen coming here.
Tunda, a little floater off the glass, not good. Kerschel rebound, that's up and in.
That's Armstrong's advantage, isn't Matunda driving and Kerschel rebounding and getting easy buckets.
These two average about 35.5 points per game between the two of them. Ragulin, a 3 is good. Her first points tonight.
Yeah, it was nice teamwork there. Nice form on that 3-pointer.
Averages just under 9 points per game.
Armstrong running their 5-out offense. Coach Easley's been running that for a long time, probably 10 years.
McGowan's pass gets tipped by Griffin, but the Pirates can't control it. Back over to Armstrong.
It's hard to simulate in practice what Park Center is doing to him on defense. You put that ball in front of you and it is gone. You gotta, you work on it in practice. You talk about going hip to hip and, sweeping the ball and all those things. But until you've faced the quickness, it's hard to make the adjustment.
Kerschel lost as she came to the basket, turned over to Park Center.
Even that, driving to the bucket in practice, that's probably a layup, but here someone knocks it off your knee.
Foul on the floors before McKenzie went up for the shot. Foul be on Tiana James. That's her second. 4th team foul on the Falcons.
Coach Easley's leaving her in. She's the point guard, bringing the ball up the floor against his pressure.
Griffin drives and scores.
And Tiana kind of had to back off there. Didn't want to get her 3rd foul. And she was helping. Ooh, nice crossover.
Hesitation and missed the shot, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Tiana James, it was a nice move.
Yep, James to the line, to shoot 2 here, looking for her first points. Fouls on Ragulin, that is her second.
That was a nice crossover move.
Yep. It's it up and out.
Tiana James on the line for the Falcons.
I'm guessing they're going to sub for Tiana with her 2 fouls. She doesn't pick up her 3rd. A lot of debate about that now. And more and more coaches are leaving players in with 2 fouls. But yeah, they are taking her out, as well as Bloom going in for Savannah. It'll be interesting to see if on offense here in the last couple minutes they put Tiana back in and keep her out on D.
Ragulin, the 3-point try, that one missed, rebounded by Fisher. Carly Fisher, the 8th grader. Pass is intercepted by Frost. Great look ahead. McKenzie, a little trouble controlling it. Gets into the hands of Griffin. She lost it out of bounds.
Carly Fisher, she's the daughter of former head football coach Derek Fisher. And she grew up playing in the Park Center system, so she probably knows all these girls on the Park Center team. Very talented kid. Came over to the school where her dad is a teacher. Got good speed.
And she's got the ball now, number 20. One dribble and back into the hands of Reed and to Kershaw for 2.
That was a good inside pass. Imani Reed, that was nice find. Kershaw did a good job finishing.
Griffin driving on a contact, play on, and then McKenzie reaches in on Matunda and commits the foul.
I think they got a little bit lucky there, Armstrong. I mean, that's the same thing I'm talking about. The outlet pass, you got to know who's behind you. You can't just turn around and start dribbling. They're going to take the ball from you. Got the bonus here.
Should be a 1-1 for the Falcons. The second one, time.
I like what Imani Reed and Fisher are bringing to the game here, bringing some quickness, and Armstrong on a little mini run here. I think that that might be a key to this game. Instead of going so big like they were, Armstrong maybe going a little bit smaller like this lineup right here will match up better.
Rubin and Sink back in for Park Center at the whistle. One more free throw coming.
Rebounding will be an issue. That will be interesting to see how that works out for Armstrong, but ball handling should be better, and not letting them penetrate as much.
Herschel's going to get whistled for a foul here.
Tough way to get your second foul. Actually kind of a tough call, to be honest.
Her second, just the team's 5th. So no free throws here for the Pirates.
I mean, to me, you're going for a loose ball. If there's a little bit of contact, there's a little bit of contact. That's a huge penalty to call a foul on somebody, especially when they're the other team's best player, when you're just going for a loose ball.
Frost drives and scores.
Yeah, great hesitation move. She's got a little bit of strength on Fisher right there. Hesitated and then blew by her.
Fisher into Kershaw. Nice fake, get McKenzie up and scores.
Great pass by Fisher.
10 points now for Kershaw, 29-20.
Both Reed and Fisher have made good interior passes, which is not that easy when you're getting pressured.
Ball knocked away, and Pirates can't come up with a turnover for Park Center.
Yeah, great hands by Mango. She deflected the ball right off her knee. Did a little bit of what Park Center is doing to them. Armstrong needs a point guard here. Come back and get the ball. Tunda's not used to playing point guard. I mean, she can play point guard, but they usually have James playing point guard.
Fisher looking, and we get a whistle before the pass to Kershaw, and a hold on McKenzie. That'll be her second.
And that was going to be a layup. I like this move to the smaller lineup more for ball handling than anything else. I mean, all these guards out there, they have the ability to throw it inside, where a couple of those bigger kids that Armstrong was playing in their 5-out offense, that quickness was just getting up on them and forcing too many turnovers. Armstrong's hanging around.
Kershaw nothing but net, earns the bonus. Second one also good. Armstrong was down 12, now within 7.
Sometimes when you got younger players too, and you got a big star like Carly Kershaw in there, they just throw it in there. I want to throw it to our best player.
Frost
one
up
of our
and
best
in.
players.
A couple baskets in a row for the junior. She's got 6 points.
Yeah, they might have to switch and put Mango on her. We'll see. Oh, floated that pass. They got lucky.
Bloom to Fisher. Back to Bloom. McKenzie, quick hand, stepped in front of Kershaw. Now it's Frost with it. No look pass, but off the hands of McKenzie.
Yeah, Coach Metcalf, I said I was impressed with the flash of Frost, sorry. And she said, yeah, sometimes you got a little bit too much flash, but I thought it was a decent pass.
Brugnoli back in, and it's it into Fisher. Falcons look to whittle this lead down a little more. Facing a 9-point deficit with 3 minutes to play in the first half.
Need a 5-second count, maybe. Oh, she got rid of it.
Kershaw trying to drive, lost her footing, and this turned it over, trying to get the pass out on the wing.
I don't know if that might have been a foul. She got tripped. I don't know. Maybe she just tripped on her own feet. But They're going to more of this 4-out, 1-in too, and spreading the floor and trying to get into Kershaw. I think that's a good strategy.
Frost shoots a 3, short, Sink. Got a hand on him, back in bounds, but it's over to Armstrong. 2-on-1. Matunda strong to the rim, but it's too strong with the shot. Frost rebounds.
If you're Armstrong, you got to finish those plays to be in this game. You're not going to get that many of those.
Frost too strong off the glass. McKenzie crashing down the lane. That's going to be her third, Greg.
Interesting that I didn't know she had to, that they left her in with that, especially with that lead that was 10-point lead.
So she's out. Griffin in.
I mean, it's not that bad. She only has to sit out 2 minutes of this half, but I guess what's bad about it is if she gets an early one in the second half and she's got 4, she might have to sit for a long period of time. That's why most coaches go by the old school way and take you out when you got 2. But like I said, the new strategy, a lot of teams are looking at just keeping their best players in and hoping that they're smart enough not to foul or don't get in a situation where they have to foul.
Fisher missing on the front end of the 1-and-1 and the Pirates rebound.
Armstrong missed a free throw and front end of 1-on-1, and they miss a 2-on-1 break.
Griffin's pass misses. Ball briefly in the hands of Frost. Back over to the Pirates. Bloom open 3 is good.
Beautiful fast break, and it's nice for Armstrong to hit a 3-pointer there. They need to hit some of those.
Their first made 3-pointer, and they were then 6.
And Matunda did a good job scrambling to get the loose ball, and then very unselfish. She could have forced that shot up, but she has confidence in Jordan. She knows Jordan can hit the shot. She's been playing a long time too. I think this is her 3rd year playing varsity.
Well, the officials timeout on that. There wasn't a team timeout. The net at the other end was up on that missed pass by Griffin on the last Park Center possession.
Okay.
It's Armstrong chance to set their defense.
A little zone pressure here. It's kind of token zone pressure to try to slow him down.
Griffin throws his shot up, not good, but fouled by Bloom.
If I'm Armstrong, I like where I'm at right now. Down 6, and the other team's best players on the bench in foul trouble. Key for Armstrong, they're leaving Kershaw, and I believe she has 2. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that's going to be a big thing here if she can survive this last minute 48 without getting her 3rd foul.
St. Griffin 1 out of 2 free throws. Kershaw rebounds for the Falcons. Into the hands of Fisher. Her team down by 7. Kershaw, a little hesitation, drives on Griffin, who had 2 fouls and I'm sure didn't want to pick up her 3rd.
Little isolation play they did right there for Kershaw because of that.
Hesitation. Frost floater up and in.
Frost answers every time. She's probably been the best player for Park Center tonight.
1:15 to play. Fisher looking for Kershaw again. Skip pass intended for Matunda, broken up by Cox.
Yeah, that skip pass really wasn't there, and those long passes like that more often than not are going to get deflected, or even worse, are going to get turned into turnover layups.
Here's Brugnoli.
Brugnoli's got a nice crossover. Jill's got some good quickness. They're moving the ball, this group here, and they're getting it inside.
Kershaw. They move to the basket but can't finish.
Armstrong's playing a lot better now with this lineup.
Now to 40 seconds to go in the half. See how PC plays this. Three-point shot up and in by Rubin.
Beautiful form on that shot. Good ball movement.
10-point lead for Park Center, so back into double digits for them.
Armstrong's probably going to go for 1 shot here. So they're going to do a high pick and roll. They're kind of going early here.
Tondo will drive, too strong. Griffin rebounds.
Gave Park Center time to get the last shot.
Cross to Sink. The Cox. Shot up, not good, and that is the end of the first half. Park Center, it's a close game for the first, 8 minutes or so, and then Park Center a little burst. Armstrong comes back within 6, but back to 10 for Park Center at halftime here.
Yeah, I think, if I'm Armstrong, I'm thinking, hey, way too many turnovers early in the game. And then some missed opportunities, missed layup, missed 2-on-1 break, missed free throw, things like that they needed to make this, 4 or 6 point game.
Let's go down to Adalia now, standing by with Barb Metcalf.
Coach, an important part of this game was who could put the control with the pace of the game. What did you like about your tempo that forced continuous turnovers?
Well, I really like when our kids play, sound man-to-man defense. I do think we lost our gal every once in a while, and we had to help and recover. And a lot of times that help the helper wasn't always there. But, our kids battle, just like Armstrong. Good 2 strong teams duking it out. It's a fun ball game.
McKenzie, 3 fouls. We might see her on the bench a little bit. Who do you want to see step up in the second?
I think Frosty's kind of stepped it up for us at the end there. I think just all of our kids are going to have to step up because we're pretty evenly matched.
What didn't you see out of your team in the first half that you want to see them come out strong in the second?
I want to see a little bit more fire on the boards. So, we just got to get after loose balls a little bit more, but I think we're afraid to get into foul trouble.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach.
No problem.
Thanks, Ellie, and we'll hear from Coach Easley before the start of the second half. It's 37-27. Park Center looking to win their 9th straight, up 10 on the Falcons at halftime. We're back with more from Armstrong High School after this timeout.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Action!
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help.
You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home.
I blew on him.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
John Jacobson, Greg Miller, Allie Arlt here at Armstrong. 8-1 Falcons trailing the 9-2 Pirates 37-27 at halftime. Our Northwest Suburban Conference game. Look at some highlights, Greg, from the first half of play. What have you seen out of these teams and these highlights? McKenzie certainly a force for them, scoring. And the turnovers and steals, certainly a huge part of the game.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful fast break. Park Center probably had 15 deflections in that half. That led to buckets. And they're very unselfish. They really move the ball. I mean, for all the talent Park Center has individually, I'm impressed that they share it.
McKenzie hitting a 3 on that last one, and now some of the Armstrong highlights. Kershaw able to convert all those. She certainly missed her fair share inside tonight, Greg. She did more points than she does already in this one. Nice look ahead and the finish by Matunda there.
Yeah, it's tough down there. Park Center's physical and they're very active with their hands, but I think Kershaw's playing a great game overall. Probably keeping them in the game with their rebounding and just getting her arms up on defense. 14 points at halftime. But yeah, you're right. I mean, she also missed a couple in there, but yeah, I think Matunda maybe has to get it going a little bit more for Armstrong in this next half for them to make a comeback.
Each team with one player in double figures so far through the first 18 minutes of play. Take a timeout. We'll come back. More girls basketball for the Northwest Suburban Conference and Armstrong High School after this timeout.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out. Good night.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. La 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 la, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Some of the action here in the first half of play, and Coach Miller, you know those two ladies.
Yeah, there's Bailey Miller, super fan, and my wife Diana, who I'm sure will appreciate that she got on camera here to start the game. But they're big Armstrong fans, love coming to the games.
Well, this Armstrong team with some good experience, Greg, and a team I think that hopes that they can keep going with their winning record, but they're trailing by 10 at halftime. Well, we'll get more into that right now. Coach Easley standing by with Allie Arlt.
Coach, how did you address the turnover issue at halftime?
Well, I think the big thing is turnovers and us not finishing off plays. We've been getting several good looks inside. We're just not finishing. So I think right now we're playing a little too fast. Obviously, we like to play fast, but we just got to make sure we're playing at a comfortable speed for us.
You guys have been playing aggressive defensively, but what do you need to do to get that defense to click and hold them back offensively in the second?
I think, we turned it over, and like I said before the game, we can't have live ball turnovers. So that really puts a lot of stress on our defense when you do that.
Are you thinking about forcing a little bit more of the perimeter game to PC in the second?
We'll do hopefully a better job of keeping them out of paint and doing a better job on defensive glass.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
All right, thanks very much. And Craig was starting to say that Armstrong, has got some veteran players. 4 out of the 5 starters is seniors, and these are the kind of games you want to see them come back against a very good team like Park Center and respond here in the second half. In some ways, they played well, but turnovers are just killing them right now.
Yeah, they don't look rattled though to me. They don't look like the expression on their face like, oh, we can't play with these girls. I think they're, like Easley said, they're trying to be maybe too aggressive to show they weren't afraid, but I think they got to be a little bit smarter with their attacks. And again, going with that, they went out with a smaller lineup. I love that adjustment for Armstrong. It's still going to be a tough road when you're down 10 to this talented Park Center team, but I think this is definitely going to give them a better chance, and they figured that out.
Matunda, James, Kerschel, Bloom, and Reed on the floor to start the second half for Armstrong. Frost, Cox, McKenzie, Griffin, and Ragulin, the original starting 5 out for Park Center. Again, Adalia McKenzie playing with 3 fouls and a turnover. Tunda forcing the action out high and
that
causes Frost to travel.
That quickness allowed him to switch right there, and that switch kind of rattled Park Center a little bit, and they got a deflection and turnover. This is a big, like they always say, the first 5 minutes of the half. See if Armstrong can get themselves back in and feeling good.
Nice handoff, and then Tunda able to finish, and this is the other thing that Coach Easley mentioned, getting some good looks but not finishing in the first half. They finished there.
Yeah, and that was a set play they ran earlier.
Griffin, great drive, but she can't finish for Park Center. Matunda will attack again and knocked out of bounds by Frost.
Surprised there was no foul call on that one, but Matunda with a good fast break there. Kerschel got beat off the dribble there, and I mean there's tough matchups for her when they're out in the perimeter, but fortunately for Armstrong, she missed and they got the rebound.
Matunda inbounding to Bloom. Reed a couple dribbles and then back out to Jordan Bloom at that 1 3-pointer late in the first half. Into Kerschel. There's a double team. They work it around. Reed left side 3. Bank off the back iron and rebounded by Cox.
That was good ball movement by Armstrong though. I like that.
Frost open for a corner 3. That one misses. Kerschel.
Great pass by Kerschel.
Ahead to Matunda for another layup.
But here comes Park Center.
McKenzie finishes at the other end. They quickly got downfield.
Second time they've done that where Armstrong got a layup and then didn't get back on defense. No excuse for that, really. The kids who aren't involved with the layup should be finding the other players.
Bloom hit the side of the basket there. Foul up though. Matunda got 6 points here in the first minute and a half of the second half and a timeout for Armstrong.
As I said at halftime, I mean, Matunda can put up major points, and she only had 6 at half, and mostly just I think because she was not being aggressive enough and then maybe missing a few, but there she got the offensive rebound and went right up with it. It's a good start of the half to Armstrong, I think. Did Armstrong call that timeout?
Armstrong called that timeout to second 30. So they've got 3 timeouts remaining. Park Center still with all 5.
Yeah, sometimes coaches will call that after scoring to just say, hey, look at the score right now. Get your mindset right. This is a close game. Let's keep playing the way we're playing. We're right in this thing now. This is anyone's game. Armstrong's definitely good enough if Park Center, falls asleep a little bit, that this game is going to possibly go down to the wire. Now, can Park Center get it going again, get their mojo going, and get the energy going, and get the steals like they were? I think it's a little more difficult now that Armstrong's playing the smaller lineup, but we'll see if they can do that.
Quick 6-2 start for Armstrong to begin the second half.
A little double team by Armstrong. Surprised them, I think. And they got the turnover. Yes, they did.
And then James lost it. Still has it on the floor and a jump ball.
That's the same thing they were doing the first half. They'd get something and then they try to take off and then get the ball stolen from behind. But in that case, I think they had to try that. they had an advantage, and then the held ball goes to Armstrong. So nice aggressive move by Coach Easley right there, trapping him off the timeout. That's a thing that I know he likes to do sometimes, and catches the other team off guard. Park Center's not used to that. They usually do that to the other team.
James bounce pass. Kershaw, Matunda. Oh, missed the shot.
Beautiful set play, backdoor play. They call that the blind pig.
And a steal.
Great pass.
By James ahead to Matunda. We get a blocking foul on the pass. Back at midcourt.
Yeah, as a coach, sometimes you don't even like those fouls being called. It's like, okay, we got the steal, we got the ball to our girl for a layup. I mean, unless she just plows her over.
Fouls on McKenzie, her fourth. To look at it again.
I guess if you're Armstrong, you do like that.
Right
and they had to
there,
call that. Yeah, she just reached in. I thought maybe it was some incidental contact.
That's a huge play.
It is.
In this game. And we get an offensive foul called away from the ball on Reed.
Yeah, and really, to be honest, that was just an undisciplined play. She reached in, and she's got 3 fouls. You absolutely cannot do that. So McKenzie then, what teaches you is you have to sit on the bench now for a lot of this half, and hopefully next game you play, you don't do that.
Griffin with a 3.
Like Coach Metcalf said, the rest of the team's got to step up, and Park Center has the talent to do that. They're not a one-woman show.
Today, Griffin now with 11 points. Bloom almost an over and back there. She was close to that.
Yeah, and they floated that pass too. You can't do that. Bloom might get a 5-second count. She doesn't pick it up.
Hand off and over and back. Park Center creating a little contact, but not enough to cause a foul call, and instead they force a turnover.
Yeah, they're trying to go side to side there, but you kind of got to go north and south a little bit. Easier said than done. All those. The Park Center plays good defense.
Frost shot up off. Kershaw rebounds.
She's got probably a dozen rebounds too, Kershaw, I'm thinking.
Matunda to Kershaw on the block. Double team. Back out. James.
Nice passing.
Whips it to Bloom. Corner 3. Not good. Rebounded by Frost.
Great offense. Kershaw drew the double team. Kicked it out. One more pass. They got a wide open 3 to the best 3-point shooter. Just didn't make it.
James breaks up the pass intended for Rubin. Nia Rubin came in when McKenzie got her 4th foul. Frost, who's played well, Greg at both ends of the floor. Good pass to Griffin here. And gets tied up and fouled by James.
Interesting foul call by the official on the sideline there, who I don't think had the best view of it. It looked like, to me, like she tied her up with 2 hands, but we'll see right here. I don't know. Maybe from that other angle, which we are not at, she had a foul.
Griffin up and in on the first free throw. Fisher in for Reed for Armstrong.
You can see why both of these teams have good records. They both have good team chemistry, they play team ball, and they got talent.
Griffin 1 out of 2 on the free throws. Drive, shot up, too long by Fisher. Frost can't control it, stays with Armstrong.
I'm sure Carly Fisher's made that shot 100 times in her life in games, but it's a little bit different when you're playing in the varsity against players from your old school and stuff. So hopefully next time she'll relax and finish that play when she gets it.
When you've coached younger players and you coach boys here, the drive here nicely by Matunda for 2 more.
Great ball movement by Armstrong, moving that ball around the ring.
And they make that jump, Greg, the varsity ball. What's the biggest thing that you find they need to adjust to, or that they're not used to when they get into playing against the older players?
Speed and strength, and having to make quick decisions because of that speed and strength. That's definitely the biggest thing, because a play you think is open, all of a sudden it's not open. A dribble, a crossover you think you can make, you can't make until you get used to the speed and adjust. But if you got talent, it doesn't matter how old you are, you figure it out, you adjust to it. It usually takes a couple games. And that's why it helps playing good teams like this. Both teams are playing a team that is making them better today. You know, it really doesn't do much good to play teams you're going to beat by 20 or 30 points, and both of them have some wins like that this year.
Good hustle by Griffin. Chased down the rebound. Then gets her shot blocked by Kershaw. She throws it away to Cox, and it's now into the hands of Frost. And she'll back it back out. Park Center will reset.
Armstrong's done that quite often today. Got a steal, tried to go on the fast break, and turn it right back to Park Center.
Frost short on the jumper. Rebounded. Well, had a handout. And quite a full rebound there by Cox. Armstrong has it instead.
James made that smart little move there. You know, she could have kept dribbling and the ball probably would have been lost again. Instead, she pulled it back. And they still got a nice look.
Bloom missed. Kershaw rebounded, got it right back to Bloom and knocks it down.
That's all Armstrong has to do. When they get a rebound, get an outlet pass. If you don't have anything, just slow it down for a couple seconds and then you can push. Good job by Kershaw keeping her arms out, not fouling.
Back out to Frost.
Good D by Fisher there.
Rubin to Frost again.
Fisher settling in on defense now. She's just doing a better job of keeping Frost in front of her. It's a good defensive possession here for Armstrong so far. Frost wants to create.
Oh, off the glass, up and in. How about that?
Ah, that's a beautiful move. Spin move, one-hand finish. Can't really stop that. I thought that was actually good defense by Armstrong. They'll probably live with that kind of a shot every possession. Oop, there's a set play that they like to run called slice.
Yeah, knocked out of bounds. Not down the drive. Look at that last play by Frost.
Beautiful spin move. Great finish off the glass. Yeah, you can tell Frost spends a lot of time on her game, as do a lot of these players out here. A lot of skill out there.
Pirates by 9. Under 12 and a half to go here in the half. Tunda lobbing it in for Kershaw and a lot of traffic. And she'll draw a foul and go to the line for 2.
Armstrong does a really good job of trying to get the ball inside. You know, they know if they get it down to Carly that she's probably going to get fouled or finish, and they're very unselfish and they do that. That's what's hard sometimes being a bigger kid, because you depend on the other players to get you the ball. And if they just want to shoot threes or just drive all the time and not throw it into you, and that's a credit to Coach Easley too, because that's what a coach has to do, is convince the players that that's how we're going to win. When we got a Division I player down in the paint, got to get her the ball, and they're doing a good job of that.
Kershaw 1 out of 2, rebounded by Frost. 8-point Pirate lead. Frost shoots short, rebounded by Kershaw. Almost had it stripped away by Frost. Fisher has it knocked away, given back to the Pirates. They can't control me. Right back over to Armstrong.
Yeah, I sound like a broken record here, but you know, Carly gets that, or Fisher gets that rebound, and beautiful, you know, loose ball rebound. Just slow it down, take it up the court, get it in the half-court offense.
James back in for Armstrong. And for Park Center, Olivia McGill, 5'7" 7th grader. Outstanding young talent. Plays all of the JV games, gets some varsity minutes. Traveling, whistled against Brugnoli.
That was a big possession for Armstrong too. Could have cut it to 5 or 6 again, and you just, you know, get an unforced turnover. Those are tough.
Right, Gillen to sink into the hands of McGill. Back out. Griffin will try a 3, missed and out of bounds. Park Center will shoot a fair amount of threes. They don't quite have the great three-point shooters that they've had in some other years. That, you know, Schaub, the boys, Summer Blakemore last year, have some girls that can knock them down, but maybe not with the frequency of some of their past teams that they've had in the last 5 years or so.
Yeah, I like the fact that coach has them shooting them, though. I mean, in this game today, you have to be able to make some, and the only way you learn how to make them in games is to take them. And they got their tall girls can step outside and shoot them too, but like you said, they got to shoot a better percentage probably to go where they want to go this year.
Falcons inbounding again, trying to trim that lead down to 5 or 6 here.
Looks like they may have trouble getting the ball in. Oh, they got it in. It's good.
James into Kershaw. Double teamed on the baseline. Back out to Fisher to Bernoulli. Lobs in. Kershaw in the paint. Tough spot for her. Gives it back out to James. Three-pointer for Fisher. Far too strong and rebounded by Griffin. And Griffin gets fouled from behind by Kershaw.
It's Kershaw's third, I believe.
Yes.
Armstrong foul number 21, Kershaw.
Kershaw hasn't sat out much in this game. You can tell, you know, she's exerting a lot of energy. This will be a rest for her.
McGowan in for her, and also Reed in for Armstrong, replacing Fisher. Kayla Coxon, the inbound for Park Center.
Returning in for the Falcons, number 52, Savannah McGowan, number 5.
Dragula and Cox. I like those bright yellow sneakers.
Yeah, they're sharp.
And we get a whistle. Foul on Armstrong.
Armstrong foul number 24,
Maybe on the Tunda, her second. Frost got a brief rest and is in now for McGill.
Yeah, with McKenzie out, you can't let Frost rest for too long.
Sink from the corner. It's a long two. And the first points today for the sophomore, Chloe Sink.
That's picture perfect form right there. If you want to teach someone how to shoot a jumper, that's how you shoot it.
James, as she stopped, dragged her foot, traveled. A 10-point lead here for Park Center. They led by 10 at halftime. We're down to about 10 and a half minutes to play in the game. Here's Lauren Frost, attacks and scores.
That was way too easy right there. I know Coach Easley can't be happy with that.
And steal, and then the travel, though, called on the Pirates. Almost had another two.
Yeah, just a, you know, in and out move from the right hand. You can't let a girl just drive all the way right-handed and get a one-footed layup. Someone's got to step in and help or take a charge, and then kind of a sloppy inbound pass right after that. They got lucky that the ball got turned over again.
Punda with 6 quick points to start this half. Has 2 since then and 14 in the game. Pass to McGowan, off the glass, up and in.
Nice move, left hand.
Sink trying to go baseline. McGowan cut her off. Oh, great look. Frost the assist. Griffin and one.
Hard to figure out how you can lose tonight Griffin and not know who's got her, but that's exactly what happened right there. Some miscommunication there, but Coach Easley not happy about that. You can't give them points, that's for sure. They're good enough on their own without just not guarding a person and giving them a layup. That's too bad defensive possessions in a row for Armstrong. They got to get it together in that end if they're going to come back in this game.
Griffin now with 16 points. Picked up the scoring slack. McKenzie out with the 4 fouls.
Yeah, Griffin's a very talented player.
Rotunda, tough shot, won't go. And Cox couldn't rebound. Stays with Armstrong. Kershaw coming back in for Armstrong, and Reed out.
And we've mentioned it before, but you know, Park Center with 0 seniors on this team. You know, I'm sure they're going to make a run this year and have a chance to go to the state tournament, and just think how good they're going to be next year.
Timeout for Park Center. Greg, while we have a moment, and then you coached here for many years, been retired from teaching and coaching high school, but you're still coaching. You're over at Hamlin, right, with the men's program?
I'm really enjoying that. Being an assistant coach for Coach Hayes. Got a big game up in Moorhead tomorrow, and it's been a lot of fun. He, you know, leans on Coach Ed Cassidy and myself, the old guys, during the games, and that's been fun. And then, you know, he takes some suggestions and others he doesn't. So it's kind of reverse roles for me. But I started out my first 10 years of my career as an assistant, so I know the role, and I'm enjoying it. I sleep a lot better at night, not being a head coach, and I'm not just preoccupied with all the details of being a head coach. So it's just being able to enjoy the game, enjoy the kids, and college kids are a lot of fun to coach.
What a fun conference, too. A great D3 conference, right? We have in Minnesota, the MIAC.
It's a great conference, one of the best D3 conferences in the country. And St. John's right now is an elite team, as is St. Thomas. We just found out got beat by 20 by them on Saturday, and they're really good. Went against one of my former players, Juby Alade, up at St. John's, and he torched us for his 20-some points and shook my hand after the game. It was a lot better when he was on my team. But, yeah, it's a fun conference, and all the coaches know each other, great coaches, and you play each other twice, and so everyone knows what the other team's trying to do, and it's just a matter of can you do it or not. Yeah, it's been a good transition. Hopefully I can keep doing that for a few more years. I enjoy it. This is a fun way to keep in the game, too, doing this.
Off the timeout. Armstrong's going to need a scoring run here. We're down to the midway point of the second half. Trailing by 13. Latunda called for the offensive foul there.
Your right arm came out a little bit. Coach Metcalf was telling me, a lot of these fouls they call in girls' games, maybe they wouldn't be calling in boys' games. Well, that would be one right there, I would think. Unless you send the person flying with your right arm, usually it's not called. But technically it's a foul, but it just depends how you want to call the game.
Cross pass picked off by Latunda, and then Frost fouls her, trying to get the ball back.
Good quick hands by Mango.
So Frost picks up her third foul for the Pirates, just their third team foul of the second half.
It's a crucial possession here for Armstrong.
Latunda drives, and this time able to score it.
The game's almost getting out of hand here. But, that keeps it within 11. They still got a shot here with 9 minutes to go. Easy to go on a run in basketball nowadays with the three-pointer and get a couple steals, get momentum going.
Official timeout. Cox came out. I didn't see if she took a elbow to the eye or something.
I wonder when McKenzie will come back in with 4 fouls.
Yeah, she's been sitting a long time now, 6-7 minutes. Picked that foul up fairly early here in the second half. But the Pirates still have the lead. They're up by 11. Frost down low. Another great assist for Frost. Rubin with the finish.
Great execution right there. Handled the pressure very well. You can tell they were well coached on that possession, how they stayed spaced, moved the ball, and they knew exactly where they were going with it.
Did you say that, Greg? Adalia McKenzie getting ready to check back in for Park Center.
Yeah, usually about the 8-minute mark with 4 fouls. Typical.
Bloom missed on the 3. Rebound by Rubin. Ahead to Frost. Hand off to Griffin, up and in.
What a pass by Frost. One hand, kind of no-look pass. That would make Iverson jealous. That's the kind of passes he used to make. He would have went crazy if he was announcing this game.
Kershaw up and off the glass and in. Timeout Armstrong.
Great footwork by Carly.
Look at this pass.
Yeah.
Frost to Griffin.
Again, a one-handed no-look like she likes to make. Great footwork there. Nice pivots, nice jump hook.
Armstrong 2 timeouts remaining, 7:54 to go in the game. And still trailing by 13 even after the Kershaw basket.
Yeah, I really like this Park Center team. I like the fact that they have individual skill, but as Coach Metcalf was saying before the game, they're starting to play more as a team. And, this is midway point of the season, so you start really playing as a team now and just keep getting a little bit better every game, and their future's bright. And Armstrong, on the other hand, you can tell that why they've won some games. Maybe they haven't played teams as good as Park Center, but they're going to win their share as the season goes on because they play as a team as well, and they got a lot of pieces. They're trying to figure out some young players to give them some more depth too and what they can do. But yeah, I like the future of both teams as the season progresses. I think they're both going to have fun seasons.
Carly Kershaw, 18 points in the game. 16 for Matunda, the top 2 scorers for Armstrong for Park Center. Griffin with 18. McKenzie 15, Frost with 12. Frost draws a double team and a turnover, and then James gets fouled in the back court. And a tough break for the Falcons because
easily
stopped a layup.
Yeah, he's disappointed in that call again. I was telling you, as a coach, you're just like, man, we got a wide open layup. You call that foul. It's like you almost wish there was a continuation play like they have in soccer, you know, where you know you got a wide open layup. But some nights it's just going that way for you. But that was a nice double team out of the timeout again. They did it before, and it worked, and it worked again for a steal. Caught Park Center off guard.
McGowan to James.
Nice set play to get the ball inside to Kershaw, up and under move.
On Rubin, scored and won.
Well, they ended up getting 3 points out of it instead of 2 if she makes the free throw. Yeah, great up and under move. Kershaw's got good footwork. You can tell she's really worked on the post moves. You don't see a lot of people with good post moves nowadays at any level, really. So it's refreshing to see that she's worked on that. She's probably been working on that since she's been a little kid with her dad or mom.
Kershaw converts, makes it a 3-point play. Fisher back in, Bloom out for Armstrong. They're back to within 10. There's 7.5 minutes to play here in the second half.
Another trap.
Down to the corner, 3, and up and in. The first made three-pointer and the first basket tonight for Kayla Cox.
That was a big shot, too. I mean, Armstrong headed to 10. They're trapping, trying to get a steal or a quick shot like that. And if all of a sudden you miss that shot, they go on a fast break and it could be a different game. So that was a clutch shot right there.
Into Kershaw. Back out, 3, short, and the ball grabbed by Frost.
Carly Kershaw is really fun to watch. I love how she passes the ball. She doesn't force it. She's always hustling. She's the first one down the court right now.
Matondo to Kershaw. Step in, back to James. 2 won't go. Griffin rebounds. Head trying to go to Frost, stolen instead by Matunda, and then by James Fisher, and then missed on the pass up court, trying to get to Matunda.
Yeah, again, another steal and turn it right back over. You know, against a lot of teams, that would probably work. Against Park Center, it doesn't work because they're just too quick and they get back on D and get deflections. And next thing you know, they got the ball.
McKenzie with a weak side rebound off the missed 3 try by Frost. And the lead suddenly up to 15 now for Park Center with 6 minutes to go. Kershaw up and under, short on the shot, rebounded by Griffin.
Yeah, that 10-point lead is kind of that breaking point where it can go either way. If Armstrong got 5 points, they're down 5 and you're all excited. But if you're Park Center, you get the 5 and you're up 15 and you probably got the game in hand.
McKenzie misses, aggressively fouling her own shot though, and it gets it off of McGowan and out of bounds. A good play by the sophomore McKenzie to keep possession for the Pirates. With a couple of possessions ago by Cox.
There's a nice pass by Griffin as well. The Pirates are really unselfish. I really like their body language. I love how they handle themselves on the floor. They know that they're good players and that there are other good players on the team, so they share it.
Griffin, 3, not good, out of bounds, off of McKenzie and out. James will bring it up for Armstrong. Got Fisher on the court along with Reed, Kershaw, and Matunda.
Isolation play for Kershaw, but good defense there by Griffin. Griffin's a heck of a player too.
Reed to Kershaw. Side of the lane, Reed back out to Fisher.
It's a good patient possession, but when you're down 15 and 5 minutes to go, you know, you still got to be patient and get the best look you can.
And Matunda draws contact. Will go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, it does you no good to just, you know, jack up quick shots. Sometimes you get parents yelling, shoot it, or, you know, we got to hurry. But, hey, you got to get a good shot. And there they did. They took it to the rack and stopped the clock and scored. The clock stopped is a good way to come back.
Calls on Ragulin her 4th, and the free throw up and in by Matunda.
Armstrong's going to have to full court pressure here now, which could break this game open. And, you know, it's their only chance to cut into this lead and get under double digits.
Second one also up and in. Bloom in, and Reed out for Armstrong.
Looks like they're picking up. Can't tell if it's man-to-man or zone right now. It's the famous Big A brought by Larry Weeum to Coach Miller, and Coach Miller to Coach Easley. He's won a lot of games for the Armstrong Falcons at different levels over the years.
McKenzie from the baseline knocks down a big 2.
It doesn't work very well when you have players that can just knock down that mid-range like that. That's a beautiful shot. Again, Park Center, you know, really didn't have any problems with the pressure.
Kershaw in traffic, up around the rim, it wouldn't foul, and then able to get the rebound and put it back up and in.
Nice left-handed shot, and then she was relentless on the boards and didn't give up.
23 now for Kershaw in the game.
Yeah, she's a heck of a player. She does a lot of good things out there, and that's why I say the future is bright for Armstrong this year. They're going to go against most teams where
Kershaw blocks the shot by Griffin.
You know, effort like they gave today, except for the turnovers, would probably win a lot of the games that they're going to play. So I wouldn't be, you know, the game's not over, but I wouldn't be totally disappointed if I was Easley. I would be saying, hey, we got some things we got to work on, but we got a chance to be good.
McKenzie trying to dump it off. We're getting a blocking foul on one of the Falcons. The 7th team foul, excuse me, the 8th team foul, so it's 1-1 here for Park Center. Foul on James, Tiana's 4th. Griffin, as I mentioned, averages, McKenzie averages about 8 free throw attempts a night. Just her 4th coming up here. She's made her first 3.
It'll be interesting to see what position she develops into. You know, being rated the #1 player in your class in the state of Minnesota, you know, that's a really high ranking. So at her size, she's going to probably have to play guard or definitely outside perimeter wing and have to be able to knock down that three-pointer consistently.
Tunda drives. Cox got a hand out and then knock it out of bounds. Good defense by the Pirates junior.
For a sophomore, McKenzie's got great strength. You can tell her arms and legs are really strong, and she definitely can go inside and finish, and has a real nice mid-range. As she gets older, I'm sure she's just going to knock down the 3 consistently and be one of the best players in Minnesota.
Fisher looking into Kershaw on the post. Over Griffin. Nicely off the glass, up and in. Timeout Armstrong.
Yeah, Kershaw's got all the moves. At times, a little shimmy move, right-handed hook off the glass. She's done the up and under. She's done a left-handed hook. Got offensive rebounds. Fun player to watch.
66-53. 3 minutes, 35 seconds to play in the basketball game. Greg, I wanted to ask you one other basketball question. I know you follow all levels. Guy you coached against years ago, Ryan Saunders, now the Minnesota Timberwolves head coach at what, age 32?
Yeah, I look at him and he looks like a baby. It's great.
They're tied up 64 all right now at Oklahoma City in his head coaching debut.
Well, he played for Wayzata, and so I coached against him. And his dad I knew very well. I knew his dad when I was 8th grader, and then I just kept running into him through the years. And then, you know, when I coached against Ryan, you know, Flip would come to the games and talk to him. So kind of surreal that he's the head coach, and you're looking at this guy, and you had no idea that was going to happen someday. But yeah, he's a good basketball mind. He's a good people person. That's probably what he learned from his dad more than anything. So I think that's what's going to make him successful.
Frost, yeah, and almost turned it over. Instead, a foul called on Armstrong.
I think that was a tough call. I think she got all ball from behind there.
Foul number 24, Masengo Tunda.
Fouls on the Tunda, her 4th, and Lauren Frost to the line. 19 fouls, so it's still a 1-1.
Coach Easley steaming a little bit about that call. I thought you know, all the deflections that Park Center has been getting and the reaching and stuff. You know, I'm not saying they were falling either, but I think he's a little disappointed in that.
Frost, second one, also good. She's played a nice game, Greg, hasn't she?
Yeah,
Lauren Frost.
she's got an all-around game. It's really nice. Coach said she's getting recruited by D1s, and I can see why.
Tunda unable to finish, gets the ball back, and will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, for Armstrong, they got the 1-2 punch going, 25 points and maybe 20 if she makes both of these. But for them to be successful as the year goes on, other people are going to have to step up and make shots. And it's not like they haven't had opportunities because, they've been passing the ball. They're not ball hogs by any means. Kershaw and Matunda, other kids are going to have to get comfortable and knock shots down.
Second one short, rebounded by Griffin. Double dribble. Back over to Armstrong with 3:15 to go. Reed back in for the Falcons.
And the thing about Park Center is all their players are complete players or trying to be complete players. There's no one who just sits in the post or just plays out in the perimeter. So they all try to handle the ball and push it on the break.
Into Kershaw. Back out James to Reed. One dribble back to Kershaw again. And a spin on Griffin. Cox comes over trying to tie her up. Thought she had. Instead whistled for a foul.
That time she got triple teamed instead of double teamed. It looked like she was going to maybe make a pass, but then she got fouled before that happened.
Shooting 1-1 for the Falcons, Carly Kershaw.
Kershaw to the line. 3 out of 4 in the second half. Now 3 out of 5, but the rebound pulled down by Matunda. She lost it to McKenzie. Jump ball. Possession Park Center.
Nice scrappy play by Matunda there. I like how she's playing hard, even though it's a 14-point lead for Park Center. Getting on the floor, both teams still fighting. They know that it's been a good game. Park Center knows that they had to work for this win too. Well, it looks like they're going to win.
Now the 2:40 to play. Ryan Gillen with the ball out top. James guarding her. Now Frost will just run some clock here. Well, okay, they ran a few seconds of clock, and then Frost goes and attacks and scores.
Yeah, she likes a hesitation move and then explodes.
A 16-point lead as Park Center's going to win their 9th straight here tonight against Armstrong.
Got the Dieppe chant going by the Park Center team.
That was a great pass by James, lobbing it down into Kershaw for 2.
It was. Again, I'm impressed by how the perimeter players of Armstrong are unselfish and like to get inside, and then Carly will pass it back out to him too. Seems like we got a whistle pretty much every time down the floor. Not a lot of flow.
A lot of slow down here in the second half because of the whistle fouls on Reed. That's her 3rd. And Frost to the line for 1-on-1. First free throw up and in.
Got 19 points.
Second one also up and in. Frost connects. It's a 16-point game with 1:45 to go. Tunda, long 2, not good. And into the hands of Adalia McKenzie.
They're kind of daring Matunda to shoot there. She didn't take the 3, but she took the 15-footer.
Griffin, offensive rebound, gets fouled. And she'll go to the line for 2.
I'd like to see the replay on this one. Looks like a clean block.
Armstrong foul number 21, Carly Kershaw.
Kershaw's 4th. Griffin up and in.
Let's see if I'm right about this.
First pass, it's good.
Hard to tell.
Second one in and out. Griffin.
As they say, the ref had a better angle than I did from up here, right?
Griffin with 19 points. And Rotunda called for carrying the ball. So she's going to have to wait one more night to, probably just one more night to become the Falcons' all-time leading scorer, surpassing Heather Heenan. Needed 24. Tonight she has 19 with just over a minute to play.
I think they're at Osseo Friday.
At Osseo Friday, but at Eden Prairie tomorrow.
Oh, so she could get it tomorrow,
Right.
but it'd be on the road.
Yes. Surprisingly, another foul.
How many points would that be? Do you know? Over
That
2,000?
I don't know the exact total.
I wonder if it's around 2,000.
Fouls on Kershaw, and she will foul out on that play. On the foul away from the ball. Kershaw's like, what did I do?
Yeah.
Walks to the bench.
Yeah, this official closest to us, she's been busy the last 3 minutes. Blowing her whistle a lot.
Bailey is going to come back in for Kershaw.
Entering game for the Falcons, number 54, Vivian Bailey.
This is where my wife's up in the stand saying, 1 minute left. Let's get this thing rolling.
Did they call a double foul there? Or why is, unless I'm, Kershaw, they definitely put their 5th foul up on the board.
That
She
must
went
be
out.
what
It
it
must have
was.
been a double foul.
And then, yeah.
All right, and then alter possession.
Alter
That's why I went
possession.
back to Armstrong.
Yep.
So I missed who the foul was on the Pirates.
The other 2 officials were confused too. They didn't know what was going on.
Short on the 3 is Bloom, out of bounds to Park Center. Frost whipping it up.
Well, Park Center really showed their depth. You know, their leading scorer gets most of their shots on the bench for a large portion of this game, and they stepped up.
They didn't get a lot of points, but I thought good minutes from the players they brought in tonight. You know, Sink and Rubin. And they only played 8, and McGill was only played maybe a minute. So really just 7 girls. But Frost and Griffin really picked up the scoring pace as Frost gets that uncontested layup in the final seconds. 3-point shot comes up short, and the Park Center Pirates, ranked number 9 in the state, and they win it 75-56.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. It was a competitive game. Park Center, you know, they definitely couldn't just waltz through this one and win, so that made them better. And for Armstrong, they definitely learned some stuff about themselves when they have to play against quickness. They have to take care of the ball better. They did a nice job of executing in the half court, really nice job. 4-out offense worked better than their 5-out offense. They got the ball into Kershaw, and that was good. And Park Center, on the other hand, you know, they definitely look like a state tournament contender. They got a lot of talent, and they play together as a team, as we mentioned. So when you got that going for you, it's a fun thing to do, to coach a group like that.
They can really attack and score, can't they? I mean, that was the big part of their game tonight. Not a lot from the outside, made 5 3-pointers, but a lot of baskets driving to the paint.
Yeah, I think if they make 5 3-pointers in a game, they're probably excited about that. Not excited, but I mean, that's a decent amount for them because they do slash.
Down to the sideline we go to Allie Arlt.
Yeah, guys, I have Tanae here in Adalia. We're going to start with Tanae. This game was a little bit messy throughout most of it, but in the second you guys started to pull away. How'd you get the W?
Honestly, I feel like we played more disciplined as a team than we have before, and honestly, I feel like we just played better as a team overall. So,
Adalia spent some time on the bench during this game, and some of you guys really had to step up in her absence. How were you guys able to do that?
It was pretty tough because she is one of our best players on our team. So without having her on the floor scoring most of her points, we all had to step up and be able to fill in the shoes that, you know, she puts on the court.
10 wins out of 12 games. What's the best thing you guys have going for you right now?
More W's. and more W's.
All right, you got more of those to come. Congrats on a great performance tonight. Adalia, you had to watch some of this game from the bench. You got to watch your defense, who forced a lot of turnovers. What did you see in your D tonight?
I see that I kind of wasn't disciplined on defense, but I feel like as a team we got better on defense and getting more stops and having help defense. So, yeah.
Coach says that, 12 games in now, you guys are really starting to form that chemistry that she was looking for earlier in the season. What is it about this team now at this point that's really starting to come together?
I feel like playing together and getting through the hard times really helped us come together more. And then our practices we've been working on talking more on defense and doing the little things that will help us come closer.
You guys are a younger team. 2 of our best players of the game are sophomores only. What do wins like this and being ranked 9th in the state say about this team?
We're underdogs, and we're coming for the win every game. That's the truth. Yeah.
All right. Congratulations, ladies. Good job tonight.
Sometimes you use that underdog mentality even when you're not the underdog, right? And that sometimes works for your players, and they get the win tonight, a nice road win. And I mentioned their 9th straight overall.
Yeah, Park Center definitely is a team to be reckoned with. And as I've said a few times here, I'm impressed with a team with that much talent playing together and moving the ball. And that says a lot about the coach, too, and that the players respect the coach and do what the coach wants. They must know that the coach knows what she's talking about. And because any good coach wants team play. And it's not that easy to get when you got a bunch of players that are very skilled and individually talented. So I like that about Park Center.
With the win, the Pirates go to 10-2 in the season, 3-0 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Armstrong falls to 8-2 and 2-2 in conference play. We'll see the Falcons again Friday night at Otsio High School, the game you'll be able to see live here on CCX1. For Greg Miller, Allie Arlt, and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for tuning in for our coverage of high school girls basketball tonight on CCX. Park Center, the winner at Armstrong.